across the finish line?
Yeah, I think hang on's a better term than finish. We got out to a nice lead there, playing well on both sides of the ball. And then we just went, we couldn't get a first down there in the third quarter. But we continued to play good defense through that span. And then obviously the punt return kind of changed the game there a little bit. Went from a 3-score game all of a sudden to a 2-score game. So we finished, but it was painful.
What was behind the decision to make Abricos this season?
Well, I wanted to get Mike Purcell up because the best thing Mike does is play the run, and we can only dress 5. So one of those guys had to go down as inactive, and Bill and I discussed it, and we chose Adam this week. Doesn't mean it has to be that way all the time.
It was a long way from where you were standing, but Kareem Jackson's stat goal on 4th and goal at the end of the first half.
Huge, huge. And even Ike was involved in that a little bit. He made him bow his course, which gave Kareem time to get there. So a good play on those two guys' part. And obviously it's a big play in the game, They go in at halftime 17-0 rather than 17-7. But those are the types of plays we had envisioned when we brought Kareem in here to play safety. And it looked like, from my vantage point, that he played well. I got to look at the tape, obviously.
A.J. Johnson, what did you see from him the last couple weeks of practice to say give him a shot?
Yeah, I like AJ. I think he's got the ability to be an NFL linebacker. And I thought he played well today at times. I know he had some flash plays because even I noticed them from my vantage point. Obviously, the big pick in the end zone, which saves 3 points minimum and maybe 7. And he had a chance for another pick. And AJ's got good hands. He usually catches that. But I'm not surprised he played well. Okay, he just has to be a guy that limits the negative plays too. I'm very happy for him. The way I look at it, it's just the first win for the 2019 Broncos. Obviously, the next few days will be better than the few days after the last few games for me and everybody else. But I'm really just happy for this team. These guys I know the results don't show it, and results can obscure a lot of things, justifiably so. But these guys have been doing everything we asked for them. They fought. Anthony Lynn, who's a guy that I respect, told me before the game, he says, hey, your guys are playing really, really hard, and just keep hanging in there. And he said, I hope it's not today, but I'm glad it was today.
Vic, I know you're down playing. I heard you got the game ball from the team for your first one.
I did, but I gave it away. It's for the players,
Who'd you give it to?
AJ was standing next to me. I gave it to him.
And then I'm sure you heard about the crowd here before you start.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the crowd here, the Bronco fans that we had here were great. I was told that it would be that way, but, until you experience it, you really don't know. And it kind of, speaks well of Broncos Nation, or what am I supposed to – Broncos country, sorry. When you're with one of the flagship franchises, I was with the Bears recently. They travel well. The Niners traveled well. And you got to put the Broncos in that category also.
Do you have an update on Bud?
Everything's good up to this point. They're going to give him another MRI here. And if it comes out the way they like it, he's going to accompany us on the trip home. But he has movement in all his extremities, and the news up to this point is positive.
Even when you were losing, you said you slept like a baby. Will you sleep any better tonight?
I might not sleep tonight.
What's your
Yeah.
plan?
I don't. Well, to be honest with you, we'll probably get back to the facility at whatever time we do, and I'll probably go in and start working on Tennessee.
Do you have a Justin Hollins update?
Yeah, he sprained his knee. Looking for more results from there, but he was not able to return.
What do you like about what the offense was able to do?
Score points, okay, and move the ball, and it looked like we were moving it well, both through the air and on the ground, and then it just disappeared in the second half, which was disappointing. We got to take a good look at that. But obviously they got the big 17 points in the first half and were able to squeeze out that field goal at the end, which was big, you know. And with the 10-point lead there and the time left, I know it's frustrating and boring to see us play the way we played that last series. But I just think it was the right thing to do with where we were at in the secondary at that time, the receivers they have. And even if they had gotten that onside kick, it would have gave them time for just one Hail Mary. So frustrating. I don't like it any more than anybody else does, but I do believe it was the percentage play at that point. And if we had tackled just a little bit better, it wouldn't have turned out as bad. It wouldn't have looked as bad.
And just your impressions of your defense as a whole.
You know, we hammered them last week, as you guys did, and deservedly so for our second half performance last week. You got to give them their due this week. They played their butts off, you know. No points in the first half. Got the interception in the end zone after they got a takeaway down in their tight. They just kept fighting. They've been doing that all year, but the results haven't been there. And they really played really well. And really, the defense deserves a big pat on the back.
How much did Jackson's physicality help today? I mean, you look like, the Eckler play was there too, but he was just like,
Yeah, I mean, it's about players, and he's a player.
Philip Lindsay over 100 yards. What was impressive about
Yeah, he busted a couple there, which got him up to all those yards. I'd just like to see a little bit more consistency in our running game. You know, it seems like we've popped some nice gains, but we weren't able to grind it out, you know, when we needed to.